I'd like to call the Tuesday, September 1st, 2015 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Mrs. Butler, would you please take the roll?
Florence. Here. Mumgard. Here. Gaines. Here. Glover. Here. Jaworski. Here. Klug. Here. Stubbe. Here. Ingberg. Here.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
That is correct.
And a current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. Starting the meeting up here, we've got two special presentations. First one is swearing in of a new firefighter, Joe LaPuzza. Chief and Joe, would you like to join me? I'd like to have Chief Bose share a little bit, and then we'll do the official swearing in.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Joe LaPuzza. Joe is our new firefighter. He brings us back up to our full complement, and we are excited about that. Let me introduce Joe's family to you as well, if you can give us a wave from the back. His mom and dad, Joe and Deborah. His fiancée, Amanda, and her son, Jace. Ah, nice job, Jace. And Joe's daughters, Cadence and Lucy. Very good. It's always nice to have family as part of this ceremony because it really is a big, significant event. And what we like to say is Joe is not starting a new job, he is starting a new career. Because we find in the fire service that we have very little turnover, and generally speaking, once somebody gets sucked into our world, they love it and they stay here. So it's a definite evening of excitement for Joe and us as well, for him and his family to become part of our family. Joe has an associate's degree in criminal justice from Metro Community College. I'm happy to say that he has since seen the error of his ways, and he is now pursuing a degree in fire science technology as well. Joe is very much a family man. He enjoys to travel with it. He enjoys traveling with his kids. He's got past experience. He was with the La Vista Volunteer Fire Department for about 1.5 years. And then when we expanded our service up there and that volunteer opportunity was lost, Joe actually moved out to Waterloo so he could volunteer with that fire department there. So he's still a member of the Waterloo Volunteer Fire Department. Mr. Mayor?
Would you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Joe LaPuzza,
Do solemnly swear
swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
and without mental reservation
and without mental reservation
or for the purpose of evasion,
or for the purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
perform the duties of
perform the duties of
the office of firefighter
the office of firefighter
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
And I do further swear
And I do further swear
that I do not advocate
that I do not advocate
or am I a member of
or am I a member of
any political party or organization
any political party or organization
that advocates the overthrow of the government
that advocates the overthrow of the government
of the United States
of the United States
or of this state
or of this state
by force or violence,
by force or violence,
and that during such time
and that during such time
as I am in this position,
as I am in this position,
I will not advocate
I will not advocate
nor become a member of
nor become a member of
any political party or organization
any political party or organization
that advocates the overthrow
that advocates the overthrow
of the government of the United States
of the government of the United States
or of this state
or of this state
by force or violence.
by force or violence.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you,
Congratulations.
sir.
Somebody can turn it on? You just signed the oath. That's the official oath that we just read.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations again.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony, Bill, sir, you want to join me? Unfortunately, we have a retirement as well, so we bring one on and we get rid of one. 36 years is the standard that you got to hang around. So, Bill Schwartzendruber. Did I get it right finally after how many years? Yes, sir. There's too many vowels in there. Bill is with the Parks Department, and he started in 1979. So he's going to retire on 9/11. Is there significance to that? Not a disaster here or anything. His wife, Celinda, kids Mitch and Michelle are with us. 2010, Bill was Employee of the Year. He's been a longtime member of the city's Personnel Committee, thinking about other employees. During his career, he's done about everything, primarily in parks, working athletic fields, doing facility maintenance. See him in doing snow removal operations, plowing the streets, doing the ice control early on, doing sewer plugs and water main breaks. Basically, anytime, anywhere, something needs to be done, regular hours or emergencies, you saw Bill around. We really value employees like that. Wonderful attitude, fantastic worker, been a good friend of everybody here. And Tony, you want to share a bit more? Should you? Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. City Council, I came to know Bill Schwartzendruber about 15 years ago. We both volunteered to serve on Papillion's Personnel Committee. Little did I know at that time that in the future we would become a part of a team that takes great pride and satisfaction in helping the residents of Papillion enjoy the great outdoors. Even back then, I noticed how often Bill would be the first to help out with many aspects of city activities. He is a fixture always at Papillion Days and my personal favorite, Winter Wonderland. He's always there to lend a hand or solve a problem. I will truly miss our time together at that event, Bill, at Winter Wonderland. Helping make great family memories for Papillion and for the residents is always great fun, and we always seem to have a lot of fun doing it. The Parks and Facilities Department takes a lot of time and effort into Winter Wonderland, and guys like Bill they're who make what makes it happen. Bill, you do a great job and always have for us, and you will be missed. Not only that, but you have to put up with my harebrained ideas every year when we put up lights and how to implement that, and that alone that's really good. You know, one of the topics that we go through with our Leadership Academy is what it takes, what makes certain people work in civic government. We're typically behind the scenes people, not a lot of fanfare. Bill, for 36 years, you have been a dedicated and truly great employee for the city of Papillion. He's performed virtually every job in the city. He's been a steadfast member of a great team, and he's been a really good friend to a lot of us. And he's also been a good friend to a lot of Papillion residents alike. I had many people come up to me and ask me what Billy Schwartzendruber was up to today. So that's really a nice sentiment. His friendly manner and helpful disposition have made him the epitome of what a dedicated civil servant should be. It's no wonder he's been an Employee of the Year for 2010. As Bill leaves the employee of this great city next week, I, along with dedicated members of the City of Papillion staff, many of which are here tonight, want to take a moment and thank you. When you started all the way back in 1979, I was just in high school. Sorry, Bill. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go, but guys like Bill were stalwarts to this city and helped it grow into what it is today. It's become a great place to live and work now and in the future. These employees would not be able to accomplish their career goals and aspirations without the dedication and hard work of employees such as Bill Schwartzendruber. So Bill, on behalf of myself, all the other employees of the City of Papillion, I want to thank you for your many years of service. Wish you nothing but the best in the future. You have made Papillion one of the best places to live in the entire United States. So thank you.
Well, thank the mayor and councilman for having me here, and the mayor of Bellevue's here too, and I work for them too. And I just want to thank all the city employees that I work with. I know a lot of them that came and gone and still here, and it's a good bunch. It's a crazy bunch. And thank my own old boss, new boss. Eddie's here. I've been through a lot of bosses in the parks, and all have been good. I just, I did my job and had fun. And I want to thank the residents. Like he said, I know a lot of people here in town. I can go in Omaha and somebody will see me, and it's just good people here. And but you got to remember how small they were in '79. I mean, dirt roads here. We had 4 of us work here, and like he said, I did sewer plugs, water break. The worst water break had was we had it up on Overland Hills. It was, the wind chill was 60 below zero. And I remember Bullet was here, and we was taking the backhoe, and every time the backhoe go up with mud, it'd freeze. And unfortunately, I was down the hole. The water was 60 degrees, and I actually did a wrap, and that's one of the times I remember, but that was cold. But I've been through a lot of them, sewer plugs, nasty ones, ball fields, I guess everything. Simple as that. And I want to thank my wife, Celinda, and the rest of my family's here. And I guess all my friends here. And, I'm thinking about coming back. Tony offered me, so we'll see. And it's just been great. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
All right.
Got just a little plaque we want to give you, which is the butterfly, and it just says Bill Schwartzendruber in appreciation for 36 years of service to the city of Papillion, September 11, 2015. What's significant about this, though, is that butterfly design is patented and it cannot be made, and I think this is only the 25th one we've had produced and put onto a plaque to be given away. So, congratulations. Thank you. And I didn't do it when I was up there, but Bill, you want to have your family stand up so we can recognize them? Yeah. Thank you all. And Rita Sanders, Bellevue of Mayor of Bellevue, is here as well to recognize them, so thank you. Mr. Hoynes, Administrator's Report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. While we're on the recognition, I'd like to point out a couple of employees that have left in the last few years but came back tonight. Bill did mention them. Ed Shopper, longtime Parks guy. Tom Weston, back there. Tom, raise your hand. And I guess it maybe be appropriate if you worked with Bill in the Parks Department, stand up. You can see that if you're here to recognize Bill tonight. Thank you for coming this evening. Sleep function on computers here. So, begin my report this evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. If the council could pencil in Monday, October 12th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're tentatively planning a celebration and appreciation ceremony for the city employees for our recent recognition by CNN Money Magazine. We frequently, I think, give them credit, but we've never really taken the time just to sit down and mayor, council, administration in particular, and just say thank you to all the people that really do make this engine run every single day. And so we're planning an event. Mayor Black will send more information out, but because of the short time frame, I wanted to get it on the council members' calendars. Again, I think it's a Monday. I believe it's actually Columbus Day, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and we'll give you some more information on that. A couple of project updates, Mayor and council members. The 84th Street Bridge project. I'd mentioned in previous reports that there's going to be a requirement to completely close that down to finish that. We have a date certain on that now. Friday, September 18th at 6 p.m. That will be shut down, and it will stay shut down through the weekend, and the goal is to have it open and the project completed by Monday morning of that week. So it'll be completely open there. The bridge project. The other 84th Street project, South 84th down by 370, the contractors told the city engineer that he believes that he will be able to meet the completion date of November 21st and to deliver that. We'll see. That's been a complicated project for a lot of reasons, weather and various other reasons, but they feel confident they're going to make that, and so certainly that's a range if you're concerned or any of your constituents are concerned when we're going to finally get that open. And conclude my report this evening, Mr. Mayor, by advising you and the council that we really are in summer wind-down mode. Operations, we're prepping for the fall and winter projects. We do have one more sold-out event at Sumter Amphitheater. This year they've had a great year, and the golf courses have outings virtually every weekend through September, and so those two places are staying really busy. But other than that, we're obviously finalizing the budget this evening, and I think set a great foundation for the upcoming year. That concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman, was it Glover? Thank you. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Any council discussion? Please vote.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. I just want to point out and remind folks a couple of things that were on consent. We got a lot going on in town, a lot of great events. Couple of events out at Shadow Lake, the special designated liquor license for some events at the amphitheater at Shadow Lake. So thank you, Shadow Lake, for doing that. And then also the downtown businesses continue to be active and drawing things down there. Both the Northwoods Cheese House and the Twisted Vine both have events that were approved tonight. So thank you both for everything you're doing as well. Next on the agenda is item F1. A resolution to approve a change in health insurance plans from Blue Cross Blue Shield to Aetna. Do we have a motion to approve resolution R150147? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Any council discussion? I just want to point out more for the public that watches this. Blue Cross Blue Shield, when we went out for bid, after final negotiations, premium was going to be raised 5.1%. This Aetna bid, Aetna came back actually decreasing our premium 6.8%, and they've got a little bit stronger relationship with CHI as opposed just to the 2-year agreement Blue Cross is at. So a number of benefits that we believe to this plan. Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item F2, Resolution R150154, a resolution to approve a change in dental insurance plans from MetLife to Aetna. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R150154? Motion by Councilman Ingberg. Second by Councilman Stubbe. Do we have any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item F3, Ordinance 1722, an ordinance to amend Chapter 195 Water, Section 12, Service Within Corporate Limits, and Section 12.1, Service Beyond Corporate Limits, to provide a schedule of minimum water rate tariff increases through September 30th, 2019, and to provide for an effective date. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 1722? Motion by Councilman Mumgard, second by Councilman Glover. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Next is item F4, Resolution R150141, a resolution to approve a modification to the existing sewer rates. Do you have a motion to approve Resolution R150141? Motion by Councilwoman Klug. Second by Councilman Jaworski. Mr. Stubbe?
Yeah, Mayor, as the employee of the City of Omaha in Public Works and having responsibility for the regional wastewater system, I'm requesting approval to essentially recuse myself from participating in this vote.
Sounds good. We don't need a second of that, but we do need to take a council vote. So please vote. Yes would be an approval to abstain. Please vote.
7 yeas, no nays.
Motion passes. Any other council discussion? Please vote.
Seven yeas, no nays. Stubbe abstains.
Thank you. Motion passes. Ordinance 1720, item F5. An ordinance to amend the budget statement to be termed the annual appropriation bill, which was adopted on May 19, 2015 by Ordinance 1714 to appropriate sums for necessary expenses and liabilities and to provide for an effective date. This is a budget amendment for the current budget year 2014-2015. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 1720? Motion by Councilwoman Klug. Second by Councilman Jaworski. Any council discussion? Please vote.
Eight yeas, zero nays.
Motion passes. Item F6, Ordinance 1721, an ordinance to adopt the budget statement to be termed the annual appropriation bill to appropriate sums for necessary expenses and liabilities and to provide for an effective date. This is for the next year's budget, 2015-2016. Do we have a motion to approve Ordinance 1721? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Gaines. Any council discussion? Going to ask for a motion, same one we do every single year, a motion to amend to approve the 1% increase to the LID, the Restricted Funds Authority. This does require a supermajority that we do each year. So is there a motion to approve the 1% increase to the LID? Motion by Councilman Ingberg. Second by Councilman Stubbe. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Any council discussion? Please vote. And again, this takes a supermajority.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Then we have a motion to, do we have a motion to approve an amendment that was proposed by staff as it was outlined in the staff report? Motion by Councilman Jaworski, second by Councilwoman Klug. Any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Then there was also an amendment that was proposed. So item 3A, a motion to approve an amendment to include $326,554 for library renovations and additional parking. Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Jaworski. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Do we have any proponents? Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
So we've had the amendments. Do we have, now we'll vote on the original motion as amended. Please vote.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Next is item F7, Resolution R150144. This is a public hearing and a vote. A resolution to approve setting the 2015-2016 property tax request. It is a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Close the public hearing. Do we have a motion to approve Resolution R150144? Motion by Councilman Ingberg. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Do we have any council discussion? Please vote.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item F8, Resolution R150124-02, a resolution to approve 5 payments to Eleanor Tex Trust et al. In a total amount not to exceed $14,925 for the acquisition of a temporary and permanent easement to construct a water transmission main from Grandview Subdivision to 114th Street. Do we have a motion to approve Resolution R150124-02? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Florence. Do we have any proponents? Do we have any opponents? Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
It's all the regular agenda items. We did have committee reports. Finance and Administration met tonight. Mr. Chairman Ingberg?
The Finance Administration Committee met tonight to discuss the final point of resolution for the renewal of Keno contract, and we worked out a what we think is something that's fair to both the city and the operator, and we'll forward that to them for their consideration, and hopefully we'll have it back in time to have it on the next council agenda.
Thank you. Any comments from the floor? I do want to recognize a couple of people that are here. One of the items we did tonight on the consent agenda was reappoint all of the library board members because of the change in the structure, so they were all reappointed tonight. Susan McCalman and Peggy Montgomery are with us, so thank you again for serving. Appreciate everything you do. Do we have any council comments? Mr. Florence.
You know, we approved the budget tonight, and budgets are a big deal, and we spent no time other than the vote on it. And so I'm just going to take a minute to acknowledge all the hard work that goes in by the city and the department heads to put together, you know, a budget that is thoughtful and brings the city forward. And so I think just acknowledgement of the amount of work and time it takes to put that together is a good thing. So thank you.
Appreciate that. Any other comments? Just a couple of updates from the last 2 weeks. With the Money Magazine ranking coming out, Cat 103 wanted an interview, so did get on and talk a little bit about the ranking and what that means to us. Also attended the graduation for the Leadership Academy. As you remember, we've got the Leadership Academy looking at our next generation leaders. Have about 12 people in that program, and this is the second time we've done the program. It runs 18 months, and we had the graduation this last month. One of the things we try to do is capture some type of leadership quote from each person and put those on a nice little card for them to take away as a remembrance. And you've got one of those at your placeholder, a little postcard for words of wisdom. There's also one there from the last class as well, so hope you enjoy that. Also attended, several of you, the NRD ribbon cutting for the West Papio Trail. That added 2 miles, Tony, is that right? About 2 miles to the trail system, starting to make some of those connections and cleaning up the gaps, and that's already been highly used. Mr. Hoynes, Mr. Sturzman, and I met with and Mr. Mumgard met with Trinity Lutheran Church and Emmanuel Health Systems in regards to the park plan and the planning that's going on with the Citizens Committee, because that land abuts both of those users. So we want to make sure we're having some good conversation there. We've been meeting about once a quarter with them to coordinate. We also had another one of the monthly Parks and Recreation Steering Committee meetings. If you are a council member that's not on that and you've got questions, reach out to one of your colleagues, myself or Mr. Hoynes, and we can give you updates on that. But that process is going well, getting some really good feedback from the citizens on that. Also was invited by the Monarch football team to come and visit with them as part of their football team dinner before the kickoff of the first game. Shared a few words. Hopefully there was a couple of nuggets of wisdom. We'll see if there were or not. We also had a Veterans Park Committee meeting, and that's progressing really well. A couple of date reminders. November 11th at 11 a.m. will be the dedication of the names on the panel for Veterans Park, so if you can put that on your calendar. Also, if you are a veteran, you've got a family member that's a veteran, you know somebody that's a veteran, it's not too late to get the applications in to have their name on the wall for dedication. Deadline's probably, about September 9th, somewhere in there. So September 9th, 10th, and 11th, somewhere in there, get the applications in. We'll always be taking applications, but to have it on in time for the dedication, we need it in by then. And then we also want to thank the Community Foundation, the Papillion Community Foundation. They hosted an appreciation lunch at the police department for all of the city employees that were involved in Papillion Days, so really value that partnership as well. Any other comments from council? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Florence. Please vote. Ms. Klug.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
We are adjourned.